Hi guys, okay, so just real quick, I want to make a video about this. This is a way for you to not accurately, but still measure the speed of which your functions run, or probably just, like some kind of an algorithm that you made, or a filter, something like that. It's what we call performance.now, and this is inbuilt, not if I'm not mistaken, in Node.js. The perf library, something like that. What's important here is we can access the key of the function performance.now, and what this returns to us is a number that is precise in milliseconds, as you can see over here. And what we can do with this is that on a first function call, so before we call upon the function that we want to measure, let's say its speed to finish, then we call it first. And then after the function finishes, because JavaScript runs single threaded, and that it runs the code one by one, so line by line. So in this case, we'll have to wait for this function to finish. Then after that, we'll get the new milliseconds, and then just subtract the amount of time taken from this moment to this moment. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this works under the hood, but this is this is a great way to measure the time it takes for your functions to run. So for example, I have two functions which I've been studying, thoroughly by my research and other stuff. I just have an array with 10,000, excuse me, with 10,000 numbers. So 10,000 items, excuse me again. And I want to look through them in here. So for each of these callbacks, which is function right here, now we will call it await for them to return their values, which is a boolean. Check here, return true, return false. And I just passed on the arguments for the both of them over here. And then I pushed the result to this results array and console logged right after going through each callbacks. And if I try to find, for example, the value 8,000 among 10,000 items, let's see how this pairs off. There it goes. You can see the linear search takes much longer. Now, please note that this is not accurate because this is actually affected, or the results are affected by how fast your CPU or your computer. I'm not sure the exact much part of the computer that actually runs this, probably the thread, but it depends on how fast that computer part is in processing this overall file or running this overall file. So in this case, this will not remain the same. So if I run this again, let's say node JS, so you can see it's a lot different than before. And if I try to reduce this, then I do think that linear search will win. For example, if we go at 0, then that would be the very first thing that linear search searches. So node performance. Yes, there we go. Like how fast is that? Because in linear search, we start at the very first item, then we go one by one from there. While in binary search, we go half by half. So first we have 10,000, so half of 10,000 is 5,000, right? Yeah. Then the value is still less than because it's 0, so 0 is less than 5,000. We have 5,000 again, that's 2,500, again and again and again. So that's why it takes around 0.12 milliseconds. Oh no, over here. Yeah, 0.12 milliseconds, and while linear search took around 0.03 milliseconds. Is it milliseconds? Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys. So I hope you learned something, and you can probably use this when you're learning about stuff. just take note that it still depends on your machine. So if you have a potato PC, which I did before, so I feel you, then you probably might, try to test this in other environments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And good luck on your development journey and happy learning.